I only recently found out. I don't know how many people had appointments with Samuel Howells. I don't know how many people he ever prayed for. But I just recently found out that I was the last person that Samuel Howells ever prayed for. I was humbled, and I received much more than I ever anticipated. Lessons in intercessory prayer storm for times of crisis. I just have got to take time to go off my notes. I already have, to say that, and this is going to sound real dramatic, and it is. I could be with the Lord right now. I've gone through cancer 3 times. My wife has been with the Lord for over 15 years. Sometimes I wonder, why am I still here? I fought for years to be here for the sake of my kids. But they're all doing fine. They're all married. And they're all, I think, they've got wonderful families. And I'm proud of them all. And there's been times I've just have gone through so much, where my kidneys have almost shut down and different things. And I'm not telling you this for like a sob story for like a, I want you to like, now I'm like, want to do a song from like Argentina, don't cry for me. Argentina, anyway, because that's just the way I'm wired. I'm wired with musicals. So, but there was a time where I semi-escaped, and my spirit man was in heaven, and my kidneys were half shut down, and an MRI had showed it, and 2 organs had already begun to shut down, and I wasn't doing too good, and I went before the Lord. And in the book of Philippians, Paul talks about that he had a choice. And his choice was, if it was just for him, it was like, stay, But for the sake of the purposes of God and for the sake of others, that he chose to remain. And I just had this encounter where it seemed as though, and I'm going to handle this real delicate, that an understanding came to me that I was to remain on the earth side, this side, because my assignment was not yet complete. And that, And then later, some unusual seer prophetic person that I did not have a relationship with, it privately told me, said, hey, I saw you in heaven. And I don't tell this story. And they said, and you could have stayed, and you would have been celebrated as a priest. But God sent you back because he wanted to teach you more lessons about ruling and reigning in life, and about being a king, and to help people learn how to rule and reign in this life, and that they could be kings too. And I went like, wow. And there were other details. And so why am I saying all of this? It's not in the script, I know. But I want you to understand something. Your suffering matters. In Global Prayer Storm, every prayer counts and every sacrifice matters. And your sacrifice matters. And when it comes to crisis, guess what? Your crisis matters. And we can make this so grand, and I do make it grand, and all about massive intervention. But what about your intervention? Does God care? Do you matter? Does your family matter? And there are some times we wonder, don't we? Sometimes we can relate, though, to the big picture more than we can the little one. And I sometimes wonder about this myself. Okay, can we be real? And guess what? The shaking and the glory come together.